Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Andrew Weens with the Trinity Family, and I want to welcome you to our Up Not Out Education video blog series. I'm here to give you the skills you need to lead yourself, to unite your team, and to inspire the next generation to a lifelong education where they grow up, but they don't ever grow out of their childhood. And we are in the third week of our Great Scene series. And today I want to give you a tool that is going to allow you to imprint with forever impact memories. And it's a very simple one. It's the ridiculous, the unique. It's those crazy things, those things that are out of the norm that imprint themselves on our mind. And you can pursue those things. I did a little inventory myself, just in my own mind recently, of what memories do I have of, say, first and second grade. And I only came up with four concrete memories that I could name, and here's what they were. The first was our first grade teacher brought in her husband, and he was a pilot, and so he did this entire aeronautics lesson for us, and I remember so vividly him talking about his experiences as a pilot and learning to fly. It was so cool, and I remember it. The second thing, my teacher brought in some high school students to do some math with us, and what we did, we each got a Fudgsicle, and we tried to see how many bites it took for us to eat those. And then I remember these two football players, these high school football player boys, they got in front of us at the end, and they tried to eat their Fudgsicle in one bite. Neither of them accomplished it, but it was so cool. Our class was cheering, and then we worked with them to make this bar graph of how many bites does it take to eat a Fudgsicle. And I learned how to graph because of that, but I have that memory because it was so ridiculous, so unique. Another memory, my teacher took us out to do a science experiment, and she just threw M&Ms in the air. And then they landed all over the ground. And we got these different tools, the tweezers, a spoon, a straw, to try to pick them up and see how hard it was to pick them up. And we learned about animals' mouths and how they're fitted to certain foods that they eat. And then the fourth one was I had a classmate, and he was a Crow Indian, and his grandma came in one day and spent an entire morning with us sharing food, pemmican, bear sausage, so delicious. Even as a second grader, I just loved it. Dance, music, native clothes, all these things, and I can remember so vividly. And what do they have all in common? They're unique. They are slightly ridiculous, and they've imprinted themselves on my mind with forever impact. And you can go after those kinds of memories in your preschool classes, in your after-school programs, in your school day classrooms, wherever you have impact with kids. The ridiculous will be a great tool for you to create great scenes that they're actually going to remember. Now I want to give you a little bonus tip, because it actually is also a great tool for dealing with behavior problems. If you ever get to a point where you've run out of tools, the ridiculous has saved me so many times. I do a lot of behavior coaching, and I've worked with a lot of kids with a lot of problems, but there are moments where I've just run out of tools, and I've just had to get silly. When something just feels so heavy, I had a kid who was destroying things, just so far gone, and I just started being a gorilla. I just went, and guess what? That kid started playing with me. What went from this angry, violent attack became a game of throwing little sticks at each other, and pretty soon we were moving on, we were dealing with the behavior. I had my daughter recently, was just in the midst of a terrible fit. She wouldn't go to bed. She wasn't doing anything, and I didn't know what to do, so I just started mooing like an animal. I'm not sure what it is with me and animal sounds, but they make ridiculous moments which change the culture of behavior problems and make for a great memory. Take a bad scene and make it a great one. So that's just a bonus tool, but my challenge for you is to use the ridiculous in your next engagement with adults. I don't know if you have a team, a staff team that you lead, or even just a little cohort that you work with, that you have little meetings. I want you to be ridiculous with them, because it's the hardest thing to do, to be ridiculous with adults, and if you can do it there, then you can do it with kids. And so what I want to challenge you is to take your next meeting with adults and to plan just a 5-minute ridiculous activity. I did so many of these in my time leading staff and even meeting with peers. One time I had all of my peers, including my bosses, put nylons over their head, and they tried to eat different foods through those nylons. They remember it, they bring it up all the time. We got so much fun, such a great scene out of it. And so take that idea if you want, I'd encourage you to come up with your own, but just start practicing making ridiculous moments, because those are the moments people are going to remember forever. Thanks for making great scenes. Thanks for being an Up Not Out educator. Have a great day. Bye.